What's up everyone, welcome to episode 8 of my playthrough for Total War Saga, Thrones of Britannia. I'm AsgardsChamp, thank you very much for watching. Just before we get into it, if you like the video leave a like, if you have any feedback or tips for me make sure to leave a comment, and if you want to see more content like this make sure you subscribe. Alright, let's get straight into it. Alright then, so I think by the end of last episode we'd actually managed to turn things around somewhat. So we are in a much better position than we have been for the last few episodes. So food is now, we're positive. We've got a decent income. We don't have a million different negative events popping up at the end of the turn. We've just got this low public order one. No risk of rebellion, I don't think, from these. So that's perfect. Let's just have a look at which settlements it is or which regions that have low public order. So we have here up in the north, I think we've got two settlements in this region. We've got a -4 public order. A lot of it's due to allegiance. So again, that does tend to change over time. So that's absolutely fine. Don't think we'll worry about that just for now. Now we've got a fairly healthy bank balance at the moment. So I do want to start looking at upgrading some buildings. What I'm going to do is, just off camera here, I will have a quick look through all my different regions and settlements and see what might be the best kind of upgrade path to take, given that food is still a bit of an issue. It's nowhere near as bad as it has been, but I will be back with you in a moment. Okay guys, so having had a look around, I found that here in Pocklington, I believe you pronounce it, we have a small farm that we can upgrade. And that'll give us a bit more food, so I'm going to go for that one. That does take a healthy chunk out of the bank balance, but we're making enough each turn for that not to matter too much. I did also notice that we've already got some food production buildings underway here, so that's going to help in the next 1 and 2 turns, so that's perfect. Our armies are now replenishing again, so it looks like their supplies are going up, as long as they're in a town, a friendly town that is. I think it's the same for these guys as well, yeah. So I'm actually going to leave them there for a little while and let them replenish, get them back up to decent strength before we carry on moving south, taking more settlements. Now, on a sort of wider look at the map, I did notice that East Angle, they are doing quite badly now. I think they were being attacked in the south as well as, at the same time that they were attacking me up in the north, so they've split their troops and lost a lot of territory to the south, so I don't think they're going to be bothering us too much. They seem to have Doncaster there, they've got a settlement here, they've got Drayton there, and not much else. Maybe 1 or 2 more settlements down here in the south, so yeah, I think I've got Wessex to thank for that, so that's perfect. We will take as much territory as we can from here, secure the border, and then we'll make our next move, I guess. So for now, I'm going to end the turn there. Alright guys, so in between turns here, we've been offered to arrange a marriage. I'm not even going to try and pronounce this faction's name, but they sit over here on Island. I'm just going to do it. I don't see any harm.
Shall we seal the deal with mead?
Good to make friends where we can. And we're back for the next turn. So, looks like we've got a Viking raid and it's coming to the north. I'm hoping that doesn't affect me. Pretty sure it shouldn't. So we'll keep an eye on that one though. And we've got Viking raiders to the south as well. Again, we're kind of situated right in the middle, so I don't think they're going to affect us. But something to keep an eye on. Nothing too much to worry about in terms of events. And we have research available. We may as well finish what we started and get the fertile lands. It'll help us out in the long run. Food's increasing again, which is perfect. Now I'm not gonna raise any more armies now until we've got like a really healthy food income. I can't afford to take the risk of, our food depleting as much as it did before. It caused us quite a lot of problems. We could have dealt with a lot of these things sooner had food not have been as much of an issue. This army's replenishing quite slow now. It's going to take them 4 turns, 5 turns, 5, 6 there as well. So they might be sat there for quite a while. I'm thinking I might move them back to my capital. I'm not sure if that'll give them a boost to their replenishment. It probably won't. I just feel like they'll be a bit safer there if anyone decides to come and attack. Now we're still looking at quite a few turns, but they can sit there and do that. That's okay. If anyone comes to attack over here, we can move them out. And with the Death Givers, I think a couple turns. Yeah, 2 turns, they should be ready to go. I haven't really decided what I'm going to do with them yet. In terms of options, we can either send them south, so leave these guys here in defence, and send this army south. Take as many settlements as possible. It's not a bad option. The other option is that I start moving them north. I'm sure at some stage we're going to have to move north, and we're going to want to probably challenge this faction Stratklut and take some more land to the north, because one way or another we're either going to hit these guys who are quite strong, or if we keep going south we're going to hit Wessex who are also quite strong. Now they have declared friendship with us, but I imagine they won't tolerate us being as powerful as them if we get there. So anyway, just something to keep an eye on. I think for now, seeing as though they've only got a couple of turns, let's get them moving over to Lloydis. Might be an idea to move them south while these guys replenish. I don't really want to have to wait 6 turns for them to be fully replenished to start moving south. So yeah, we'll send those guys. Now, we've got a bit more money again. One thing I noticed here in Northymbre was that we have quite high public order. It's like 11. And we have some iron veins which we can convert into mines. Now, if I make an iron mine rather than an iron works, it decreases public order quite a bit, but we've got the headroom for that, but also gives us quite a lot of income from industry, so I'm going to go for that. And then we'll end the turn there. Okay, so a few guys have got some traits. We've got governance, unit replenishment, governance and influence. Doesn't look like anyone's bothering us in terms of low loyalty or anything like that at the moment. But we did have some issues before that may crop up again. I think it was just because the food was so low, it's causing some issues, but we'll see. We'll keep an eye on it as usual. Okay, so I think for the next few turns it's going to be a bit of consolidation after the big wars we've been fighting. But that's okay. We'll keep moving these guys south. I'm just going to move them straight over here to Doncaster. They should be replenished enough by the time they get there. We might get to fight a siege at some point. We've got a region capital down here which we'll attempt to take. Try to do that this episode. I think the next few turns are going to be fairly short, so I think we should manage to get down there. There's not much for me to do other than wait for my buildings to complete. Get these armies moved down and replenished and so on. We do have a slot here for another building, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a quick look through this, decide on what's the best course of action, and then I'll be back with you. Alright then guys, so I think I've decided on getting a garrison here. Reason being, it improves the amount of troops we have in our garrison. It does increase public order a little bit as well, which we're at -3 here at the moment, so that could do with being increased. And we also get... Oh yeah, there's one thing to note is actually we get -10 to food production. I think that's a small enough amount that it's not going to hurt us too much at the moment, especially that we've got a few buildings under construction which are going to increase food. I think that's a good trade-off to make. The reason why it's important to have that Lloydis is they're kind of on the border of a few places. If we get attacked again like we did last time, we lost that battle, if we have a bigger garrison, who knows, we might be able to win. So we'll go for that. We're going to keep saving some money now as well. I want to build up some funds so that when I'm ready I can put together another army. I think in terms of troop movement we're done for this turn, so we'll end the turn there. Alright, so we've got another decision to make with regards to the Hay King. We're heading over towards the English side at the moment, which I think is why food production and everything's going quite well. We can either push it towards the army or towards the English, so I think if we pushed it towards the English again, We're going to get better replenishment in the recruitment pool. We get more money. Better diplomatic bonus towards English factions. That could be useful so we don't end up going to war with Wessex. If we push it towards the army, we're getting a bit more of an upkeep cost. But they'll get more XP. And it decreases the amount of time. Sorry, rather it increases the amount of time units take to replenish in the recruitment pool. Okay. I'm actually going to push it towards the English for now. I forgot about this mission actually. Yeah, we had a mission to eliminate Northymbre, which we didn't do before we made peace with them. But I think someone else has killed them off. And that's pushed us back towards the army. It's fine. I think that must have already taken place before I made my decision because we are still sitting here on the Here King. So that's okay. Let's have a look. Can we build any more food production buildings? Yes, we can. We'll get that going. And we'll take Doncaster back. We're going to occupy it. The troops will replenish for one more turn. It's perfect. And I think next turn we move them over to the east here. Looks like East Anglia have brought an army back as well. So I might actually move these guys down to this settlement. And that's just to deter this army from attacking us. But yeah, we'll end the go there. So in between turns, Cumbra, who were they're the faction who sit next to us in the north, want to declare friendship. But they also want money off me, so I'm actually going to decline that. My plan is actually to take them out at some stage. So don't fancy making friends with them. So I'm going to decline that one.
Perhaps on another day.
That's another faction destroyed. Again, not sure where they were. Wulfric has gained indulgence, so he gets more income and a bit more zeal. That's fine. The army that East Anglia had sent have gone away. Looks like they've been consolidating here. We're going to go mess up their party. Let's take this settlement next. So we could actually subjugate these guys again. But I don't think I want to do that. I might as well just take their land. We'll finish them off if we take this army out, I believe. They might even attack us this turn. Let's see. Let's see what happens. We've got a bit more money again, so let's see if we can make any more buildings that might be useful. Tell you what, I'll go have another look, and I'll be back with you in a moment. So, having had a look around, I've noticed that in West Thriding, Doncaster belongs to that particular region, which we just took back, and that gives us access to another food building. So I'm going to go for that. I want to try and really increase food production so we don't end up in the situation we were in before. We're already up to a positive 122 food. I believe most units take 10 food per turn, which would mean we've got a bit of headroom now to start upgrading, recruiting some troops into some armies. I think I'm actually going to see what we've got available for recruitment here with the Death Givers. Try and get maybe 3 more units for them, play it safe a little bit. We've already got quite a lot of spearmen. We'd probably do with another unit of cavalry. Let me just remove that a second. Is there a reason I can't take these guys? Okay, we can't afford it. It's a good point actually, we just spent a load of money on building, so let's not do it this turn. We'll wait till next turn. We've got low public order again in a couple of different places. Again, it's to be expected. We've just taken 2 new settlements. Allegiance will be low. It'll take a bit of time for that to increase. That's fine. So we will end the turn there. So as expected, guys, the army here that was sitting next to the Death Givers that belonged to the faction that we just took their last settlement off, they've attacked me. So I think I'll just auto-resolve this one. It's quite heavily in our favour. We've got a lot of troops here. it'd be a pretty small battle. There's no point fighting that one on the battlefield. We'll play it defensively though. Try and lose as few men as we can. That's fine, we didn't lose too many men. We'll replenish troops. That's probably that faction destroyed now, I would imagine. So we killed an enemy in battle. I believe that'll be the general of the army we just beat. And yeah, Holderness, that's that faction destroyed. They were once our vassals, then they turned against us, and that's what they get. Okay, so there's some war going on in the north. Serken, I believe that's a faction. Declared war on the conspirators that assassinated their king. Okay. Don't think it affects us, that's fine. These guys are all fully replenished, ready to move south. I'm a bit concerned, so I noticed this in between turns here. An army of Sussex, I believe, have headed north. Now, they were fighting East Angle, so I'm hoping that they're coming up here to, you know, finish the job, so to speak. I've also got Wessex down here. See, I wanted to take this particular settlement. It's a bit annoying. Looks like they're going to team up and take it, but I will move south all the same. There's this settlement here and this one here. Go for this one first. And try to snatch up as much of this land as we can so that Wessex don't get it. Just looking a bit further south as well, there's still Drayton we could take. And it looks like East Angle have been wiped out from the south here completely now. Well, we'll see how far south we can get. Once we reach our limit, we'll move this army down for defense and move these guys back up and plan our next move. So, with that, yeah, I think we'll end the turn there. So we had a bit of a disaster in between turns there. It's nothing too bad, but what happened was one of our settlements got sacked. So Wessex laid siege to this region capital here, and the small army that East Angle had, they just sent them straight past this army to the north and sacked this settlement. So in response to that, I am going to take this settlement from them. We'll occupy it. And then I'm going to send this army south to fight them. They might not reach them this turn. Maybe they will. Let's see. They do. They're going to run away. That's fine. We will chase them. So yeah, that gives us a few events to look at. We've got skills available. Let's look at Adrid first. Let's give him Siege Engineer. He's going to be running around doing a lot of settlement taking, so that could come in useful. And Thorkel, who I believe is a governor. We've got a really nice food income at the moment as well, so I'm going to give him Scribe to give us a bit more income. Got research available. That means that, okay, I think that's why we've got such a big boost to food. It's because we got the fertile lands, which give us 20% increase to food production, which is really good. Now we're going to start focusing on some military research now. So we've got a few options. We can either give us plus 20 morale for the commander's unit. We can add armoured archers to the recruitment pool. We could add feared spearmen. They actually replace the tier 1 spearmen we have. Defensive tactics, so plus 20% shield effectiveness for sword and axe infantry. Or plus 6 melee skill for sword and axe infantry. Thinking I might go for the archers. Getting armoured archers might be useful. Being able to win the skirmish battles would be quite good, I think. So yeah, we'll go for that. Risk of rebellion over here. Again, I think that's because they just got sacked. Yeah, so second gives it -5 public order, so that's going to decrease over time. That's okay. Hopefully we don't get a rebellion in that time. Damaged building there as well. It'll cost us 495 to repair, so we'll do that. I've also got the option to build a farm, or a small manor farm, This gives us more income and food. Cost us 2,900. You know what, we won't do that just yet because I wanted to recruit some units for the Death Givers. So we've got the Armoured Archers now, but we... Sorry, no, we don't have the Armoured Archers yet. We're still waiting for the research on that one. I'm thinking we get the Thane Horsemen, at least one unit of them, so we've got a bit of a stronger cavalry presence. And we don't have any Huskarls or Long Axemen. Shield Biters might be a good unit to get as well. Again, they're quite expensive on a turn-by-turn basis. We can definitely afford to recruit them right now. Let's add them in, and we'll add the Huskarls as well. That's going to give us... It's going to reduce our income by 788. I think we've got enough to afford it, to be honest, and we'll strengthen this army quite a bit. So let's do it. So they'll take a few turns to replenish. That's fine.
We will bring you glory.
In the meantime, while they're busy with this siege here, I think we'll move over to the east and take this settlement Lude. And then maybe head south, depending on what the situation is. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what the next turn brings. Yeah, that's end of the turn there, I believe. Oh, we've got attrition here. Why have we got attrition here? Okay, it's because they're technically in the wetlands. Bit of a mistake, actually. Can I move them back into the settlement?
You can rely on us.
I can. Perfect, I'll leave them there for now. Right, I'll end the turn there. So they went and did it again. It's a bit frustrating. So we've got Viking raiders again as well. These guys have landed in the northeast, which I believe is my territory. So I am going to have to watch out for this. I have no armies up there. Keep an eye on that one. Got a rebellion in Wales. Okay. So it's Wessex's Welsh vassals have declared independence. A few more traits gained, that's fine. Nothing negative there, I don't believe. All good stuff. Okay, so a few things happened. This army, Hellforged Hands, went and did the same thing. They went and raided Doncaster this time. They're probably going to keep running away from me, but let's see. Yep. Actually, I might be able to catch them this time. Yep, I can. So we'll auto-resolve this one. I think that's going to be the end of East Angle.
Let's go.
Nice. Killed an enemy in battle. See if we can get them back in there. Yeah, we can. Perfect. Now, with this army, I'm going to start moving them north a little bit. If some Viking raiders are landing in the northeast, it's going to be along the coast around here somewhere, I would imagine. So yeah, I want to be prepared for that because they're usually big 20-stack armies. So we'll see what we can do. So with this army, we're going to move them across this way. I also noticed Steinborg have brought an army up. I'm wondering if they're here to fight against all this that's going on. So the siege has actually been lifted here. I noticed that Hilborg, our old vassal, the other one, took this settlement, and it looks like they may have even beaten back Wessex for it, which is interesting. It means that I might be able to take this settlement once I've got this one. It would mean going to war with Hilborg, but that, I believe, isn't necessarily a bad idea. I think they've only got that settlement and that army there. But there's that many armies around here, they might get taken before I even get the chance, so let's see. Now we've got damaged buildings over in Doncaster. That'll be from it getting sacked. It'll cost me 1,441, that's fine, we'll get that. Wow, 7 turns to repair. That's crazy. That's fine. I can also upgrade the garrison in Lloydis. Give us a little bit less food production, gives us a bit more of garrison. Let's do it. I don't really want to spend much more than that in case I have to recruit more troops. Wulfric has also leveled up. He's a governor. His loyalty's okay now. I could potentially give him another leveling priest. In fact, I will do that. Make sure his loyalty stays high. And we still have the risk of rebellion there, that's okay. And we'll end the go there. Alright, so it looks like we're getting blackmailed again. Now, a couple of things we can do: pay him off or ignore him. If we pay them off, we lose money and influence. If we ignore him, I think we lower his influence. But he gains a trait which is vengeful. But I'd rather do that than pay him. It's a pride thing. Adrid gained strong arm, so he's lowering governance and higher in zeal. That's fine. Okay, so as I said the last turn, I'm going to start moving the Fury of Tyr up to the north a little bit. May even recruit some troops for them as well. We'll see. And another thing that happened, so this settlement that we were heading over to take got taken. I believe that's one of the raiding armies. So there's 2 there now. But that's okay. What it does leave me free to do is potentially siege this settlement here. Now they have a garrison. A weaker garrison. And how many units is there? 8 units. Plus the 9 here. So 17 units in total.
Impossible.
I think if we siege it down, we'll bait them out into an attack against us. We'll probably win that one, to be honest. So let's do it. We'll declare war on them. Now this could be an issue, actually. So I think what's happened is Hilborg have left us and are now their vassal or an ally, yeah, military ally of Wessex. So if I go to war against them, they're going to bring in an absolute ton of support, which I can't deal with, so I am not going to do that. Change my mind.
I will listen to your propositions.
These guys' only enemy is East Engel. Looks like balance of power wise I'm like much stronger than them. But I'm not sure if my 16 units would be able to beat their 20. I mean, I could siege them and bait them into an attack. Hopefully they'll take some attrition before they do it, but I think the AI is usually smart enough to attack me before they start taking attrition. There is Drayton down here that I can take as well, but then none of my land will be connected, and that's not a good idea, I don't think. So, I think what I'm going to do is move these guys back. Just get them in this settlement here. Let's see what we can build. So we've got another building for food production. That one would give us income. I'm going to go for the income. We've already moved these guys further north. That's absolutely fine. So, I think what we'll do is we'll end the turn there and leave this episode here. So, apologies for not getting into any battles. None really presented themselves for this episode, but it's been more of a bit of a wind down after all the wars we were in. So hopefully in the next episode we'll get some battles. Alright guys, so apologies for not getting into a battle there. I will do my best to get us into one for the next episode. We'll try to start a war with someone strategically. If you like the episode, make sure you leave a like. If you've got any tips or feedback for me, please leave a comment. And if you liked the content, make sure you hit the subscribe button. It'll help me out massively. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.